Hey guys, it's Kyle Bennett with HeartOCP.com, and today what we're going to be looking at is the Corsair T2 Road Warrior gaming chair. And we've had this one in a while and kind of been slow in getting this out, but we're getting to it finally today. And the T2 is a little bit different than the T1. I call the T2 the Fat Boy model. I'm setting in the Corsair T1 race chair right now, and I brought this in here to show you the differences between them once we get done with the build. So we're going to do a quick build on it, then we'll show you the differences between the two chairs. So one thing very important here, and I do not believe that it is mentioned in the menu. Place the seat assembly down. Let me see here. Install the gas lift and the gas lift cover to the top of the chair base by placing the large end. Place the gas lift. Warning: the seat height adjustment will not function if the red protective cap is not removed from the gas lift. So Corsair is the only manufacturer we've gotten chairs from lately, and I'm sure they're not the only ones to do this, but these are the only ones that we've been exposed to. So your gas lift is here. See this little red cover on the top of the gas lift? You want to make sure that comes off, because once you turn the chair over and seat that down on top of here, this button is actually what functions your vertical lift or your height adjustment on the chair. So if you leave that on there, that thing can be tremendously hard to get off. And I'm talking very, very hard. So there we go. We got the Corsair T2 Road Warrior put together pretty quickly. Time on it was 28 minutes, and that included repacking the trash up and getting that out of here and everything. So I think that went fairly well. Honestly, I was expecting it to be a bit wider. It is still fairly comfy. It's not too narrow. I'm like held in place. Honestly, it's the way a racing car seat should be. But I still wouldn't expect it to be this comfy or to be this tight. Doesn't seem uncomfortable to me at all. And it's got all the same features that you'd expect nowadays. You know, multi-axis armrest. The armrest on this feel pretty good. I get not a creak back and forth. So, I mean, that is something I know most of us very much appreciate. I mean, nothing. So the rollerblade type casters that you see on scooters and such are silent, and they roll very easily as I just hit that table. So the thing about them is on the hardwood floor is they don't change directions tremendously easily like a solid caster would. So I mean, they've got a little bit of grip when you change directions in them. So that'll take a little bit getting used to, but I like they feel good, feel solid. Doesn't take much to move. So let's look at the two chairs next to each other. All right, so I know these aren't perfectly in frame here, but I wanted to hit on the important points of this. So between our bolsters, this is the T1 race, this is the T2. So you'll see on the width through the middle of the back, that's like 10.5 centimeters. Here we're at 11.5. Shoulders on the outer edge, about 18. Shoulders on the outer edge there, about 20. And see right across the middle of the butt, we're at 11.5. And right there we're like about 12. So I know I've been calling this the fat boy model. It isn't tremendously bigger, but it is in fact bigger. Stands a little bit taller. Build quality looks about the same. So this seat has been used for 3 months now. I gave this to my daughter. She loves this chair. She's 120 pounds, 5'7", I think. And you can see, I know she sits curled down in it and leans back, and I think I see her sleeping in this. The seat covering on this is kind of coming up a little bit, so I'm kind of worried about build quality on that. But otherwise, this one's hung in there really, really good. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here so far. Obviously, we're gonna sit our butts in it for a while and see how that goes. And if you like, this one has the same casters on it. I mean, you can just, they just roll so smoothly. I know a bunch of you guys like that. So there's a chair. We've got a little bit of shipping indentation right here. This has been in the box for 3 months, sitting in the garage in high heat. I, of course, need to clean that off. I got that when I was on the floor. But it came through. It's looking good. We'll sit in it and see how it goes. And I'll take the camera and I'll give you some close-up shots of it.
Shut up and sit down.
This is the Corsair T2 Road Warrior, aka the Fat Boy, but not so fat. This is Kyle Bennett with HardOCP.com.